All right, with us now, California Policy Center attorney Julie Hamill and the dean of Pepperdine University School of Public Policy, Pete Peterson. Great to have you both here. Julie, let me start with you. Is this as simple as red state-leaning voters, residents of California, or wanting to move to red states? Is it that simple?
I don't even know if it's red voters who are leaving. I think it's just normal, sane people who want to raise, I'm not kidding, and it's people who want to raise their children in a safe place that respects family values and parental rights. And all of their tax dollars aren't being taken to give to homeless people and to illegal immigrants. It's not safe, it's not functional anymore in places like California.
Would you agree, Pete, that this is not about politics, it's about sort of dinner table issues like safety and security?
Yeah, I do think it's about policy, though. It might not be about politics. And so when we heard that guest being interviewed saying that it was about the cost of living, but it was also quality of life issues like homelessness and crime, those are policy issues. And when you dig down deep into looking at who's actually leaving the state, it's not the wealthy. It is the lower middle class and the middle class who are leaving the state because of these cost of living issues, because of the quality of schools has been going down. And California has always seen itself as a middle class paradise, but that really is not what the numbers are showing us.
Yeah, and I think one of the big issues here in California, certainly in LA, Julie, is the homelessness. We found this, that an audit, this is a headline from CBS, an audit found that California spent $24 billion on homelessness in 5 years, didn't consistently track the outcomes, meaning where that $24 billion went. Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, $67 million homeless program. It's only housed 255 people so far. I mean, homelessness is a huge issue here, and we spend all of this money, and we really don't seem to be making any difference. If anything, with displacement is all I see.
Well, and my understanding is that in those 5 years where $24 billion were spent, I believe the homeless numbers went up by, what, 34%? Peter probably knows the answer. But what they're doing is they're throwing more money at the problem, and they're not addressing the underlying issue, which is addiction and mental health. If you give someone a free house but don't require that they get mental health services or be sober, they're going to destroy the free house that you gave them and end up back on the street. Right,
and talking of free houses, there is a new high-rise opening for homeless people, to house some homeless, in downtown LA. It's got a gym, it's got all sorts of facilities. Here's Mayor Karen Bass talking about that.
The amenities that are here, I know, are going to be talked about in a way that is not so positive. A gym, music, art, recreation are all the things that are needed to heal, that are all a part of mental health.
Pete, I know a lot of hardworking residents of LA who have homes, but they'd like to live in better homes, and that's a darn good home. They're obviously angry when they see that kind of thing.
Well, Jonathan, we were just talking about all the Californians who were leaving the state to go to other states because of quality of life. And here's a story in which California policymakers are directing hundreds of millions of dollars toward the homelessness and the homeless issue here in the city of Los Angeles. It would be understandable if voters would understand who are we really trying to support here. It would be understandable if even some of these policies worked, but as Julia said, this is called the housing first approach, which many activists say that if you simply build housing for homeless people, you solve that problem. But what we see over and over again, that unless you're applying a carrot and a stick policy where people have to go into drug treatment or mental health treatment, what you're going to see are buildings like this one are really going to be torn apart. We saw the same thing in New York with the hotel rooms. And obviously, we have the chance of seeing that here, too.
Pete, Julie, great to have you both here. This is a conversation I fear we will be having for a long time to come. Thank you both so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.